Hi and welcome to another Watch Geek video. Today I'll be doing a tutorial for the module 3427, which is in this GD-120 G-Shock. Now, just like in all my tutorial videos, in the description you will find a table of content with different time codes so you can jump to specific parts of the video or functions of the watch so you don't have to watch the whole thing. Although for the first time, I would advise you to watch the whole video to get acquainted with all the functions and all the options of the watch. Okay, so let's move on. The first thing that we're going to cover is the home screen. Now in the home screen, this watch is going to display the hours, the minutes, the seconds, the date, the month, and the day of the week. These circles right here, the first two are just eye candy as they call them, because they just count the seconds, while this one here actually displays whether a certain function or option of the watch is turned on or off, but we'll show it to you as we move on with the tutorial. Now, to set up the watch, since this is a regular battery operated watch and regular timekeeping watch, meaning you have to manually adjust the time and also manually change between winter time and summertime, or the DST. So to adjust the watch and different options of it, while in the home screen, you press and hold the adjust button for more than 3 seconds. And the watch is going to ask you about to reset the seconds. Now, you reset the seconds with this lower button, and if you reset them like now between 30 and 59, the seconds are going to go back to 0, but the minutes have just moved by 1 up to 10. However, if you reset the seconds between 1 and 29, so before 30 seconds like now, the seconds are going to jump back to 0, but the minutes are going to stay unchanged. Okay, so now we're going to use the mode button while in the adjusting mode to go through different things that we want to change. And you're going to change these values with these two buttons, or if you have to toggle something on or off, you just use the lower button. So pressing the mode button again is going to take us to the DST, or Daylight Savings Time selection. This is where you turn on or off the summertime. So you don't have to manually change the hours, but simply when the summertime is on, you go into this and press the lower button and the DST is on. And as you can see, the hours have just changed accordingly. When it's winter time and you want to turn off the summertime, you again go into this mode and press this button right here, and the DST has been turned off. Okay, moving on. Pressing the mode button is going to ask you about your home city. Now this home city, or your home time, is very important because all the world times are calculated based on this, so you have to do this correctly. Now you can go due east with the upper button and due west with the lower button. Once you've selected your desired time zone, you can move on. So as you can see, let's go back to Paris. And pressing the mode button again is going to ask you for the hours. Now the hours can be changed down with the upper button and up with the lower button, which is upside down. And the watch also has the option of speed scrolling, meaning if you press and hold the button, the values are going to change rapidly until you release, like so. There. And you can go back. Pressing the mode button again is going to ask you for the minutes. Now again, you can go down, you can go up, and you still have the option of the speed scrolling. Pressing the mode button again, the watch is going to ask you for the 12 or 24-hour display selection. So by pressing this button right here, you can toggle between a 12-hour display, where it uses AM and PM indicators, or a 24-hour display, where it uses military time. I prefer this one, so we're going to leave it like this. Pressing the mode button again is going to ask you for the year. So now you can again go down, you can go up, and you can speed scroll. Pressing the mode button again asks you for the month, again, down, up, and pressing the mode button again asks you for the date. So again, up, down, and speed scrolling. Now the day of the week is calculated automatically, so the watch is not going to ask you that. However, pressing the mode button again, the watch is going to ask you how long you want the light to be on when you press the button. So if it's set up like this to 3, it's going to be on for 3 seconds. To toggle it, you use the lower button, so you can toggle it to 1, which is 1.5 seconds. Since I like my backlight to be on as long as possible, I always leave it at 3. Pressing the mode button again is going to ask you for the flash, whether you want the flash alert to be turned on or off. Again, you toggle it with the lower button, and once you toggle it on, this little indicator of the flash function is going to be unblacked out, or it's going to be visible. Now the flash alert is something that's found on older square G-Shocks, where the watch, once an alarm goes off or the timer goes to 0 or the hourly chimes goes off, the watch is going to beep, but it's also going to flash with the backlight, which is pretty handy for people that have problem with hearing. So because they get a visual way of letting them know that the alarm is on or anything like that. But we're going to leave it on like this, so I will show you in the countdown timer how it actually looks and how it works. Pressing the mode button again is going to cycle you back to the seconds reset. So now if you missed any of the values or you still want to change something, you just use the mode button to cycle through all the different things that you want to change. Once you've set up everything the way you want to, you just press the adjust button to exit the adjusting screen and go back to the home screen. Now while in the home screen, pressing this button right here is going to activate the backlight, as you can see. However, if you want to press and hold this for more than 3 seconds, you're going to activate the auto light. As you can see, this little LT symbol right here just showed up. Now this watch has an automatic light, meaning that if you put the watch level and then tilt it to your face, it's going to light up like so. Since this is not a solar watch, it's going to automatically turn off the function after 6 hours. So then you have to manually turn it back on by holding this for more than 3 seconds. You can also turn it off manually by doing the same. So press and hold for 3 seconds until the LT disappears, like so. Now also, because it's not a solar watch, if you have the auto light turned on, it's going to keep turning on the lights as you walk, even in the daylight, because it has no way of telling whether you're in the dark or in the daylight. Unlike a solar watch that actually detects the level of light, so if the display is visible, it will not use the backlight unnecessarily. Pressing the mode button in the home screen is going to cycle you through different modes until you reach back the home screen. However, pressing and holding the mode button, even if it jumps to the next function, you just keep it pressed for more than 3 seconds, is going to activate the mute function. There, the watch just beeped, and as you can see, this little indicator mute just showed up. So now, as you use the watch and press the buttons, they don't make any sound at all, like so. To turn off the mute function, you do the same. So press and hold the mode button for more than 3 seconds until the watch beeps and the mute indicator disappears. Now pressing the adjust button, just pressing it, not holding it, is going to display what time zone you're currently in. And as you can see, it says T1. Now it says T1 because this watch has a pretty cool function of having 4 pre-selected time zones visible in the home screen. Now to see the other time zones, since this is the T1, to see the others, you use this button right here. So you can go to T2, as you can see it's NYC, T3, which is London time, T4, which is Tokyo time, and back to T1, which is Paris or our home time. Now these other 3 pre-selected time zones, the T2, T3, and T4, can be set to any time zone you want. And to do so, you select the pre-selected time screen that you want and press and hold the adjust button. And the watch is going to ask you what time zone you want displayed here. And now you can go east and you can go west. So let's say you want Chicago time, you select Chicago and press the adjust button to exit the adjusting mode. And now T2 is going to be Chicago time. Now the same thing can be done with the T3 and the T4. So I don't want London, I want some other time zone. I press and hold the adjust button and I select another time zone. Pressing the adjust button again exits the selection. Now you might wonder, what if a certain time zone, let's say Rome, has the DST currently on? Now you cannot turn on the DST for each individual time zone here. However, you can do it in the world time function, and as soon as you do it in the world time function, it's carried over here. So if you want to turn on the DST for Rome, you have to go into the world time function, turn it on there for Rome, and it's going to be transferred here. But I'm going to show it to you when we get to the world time function. Okay, so let's go back to the home screen, because there's another and this is a pretty cool option for someone who has to track world times in different time zones because of business or because of travel. Now another cool thing is that if you press and hold this button while in the home screen, you're going to activate the cycling, What that means is that the watch is going to display each one of these 4 pre-selected time zones for 2 seconds. So as you can see, it's cycling between them. T1, T2, T3, and so on. To stop this cycling, you just press this button right here, and it's going to go back to the T1. And this pretty much covers the home screen. So now let's move on to the world time. Okay, so the next function is the world time. You press the mode button and you're going to get to the world time. Unfortunately, in the world time function you can only move in one way, due east, by pressing this lower button like so. And the problem is that you don't have the usual option where you press these 2 buttons and go back to UTC. So what that means is that if you want to go to a certain time zone and you miss it, you have to go all the way around until you come back to that time zone, which is pretty bad. But I guess that's the price to pay to have those 4 pre-selected time zones over there. Okay, now let's say if you want to, like I said, you want to turn on the DST for a certain function, for a certain time zone so that it can be visible there. You select the time zone that you want and just press and hold the adjust button until the DST turns itself on. And as you can see, the time has just changed accordingly. To turn it off, you do the same. So press and hold, and the DST just turned off, and the time has changed accordingly. So now if you select a time zone that's visible in the pre-selected time zones and you turn on or off the DST, the time is also going to change back there in the home screen. And that's pretty much it when it comes to the world time. Pressing the mode button again takes you to the alarm function. Now this watch has 5 alarms and the hourly chime function, or the beep, where it beeps every full hour. Now each one of these alarms can be turned on as a one-time alarm, as a daily alarm, or turned off. To do so, you press the adjust button. So if you press the adjust button now, as you can see, it's going to say 1 on. What that means is that the alarm is going to be a one-time alarm. So it's going to beep at midnight and it's never going to repeat itself. Pressing the adjust button again is going to toggle to on. Now it has become a daily alarm where it's going to go off every day at midnight. And to turn it off, you press to the off, and now it's not going to go off at all. Now each one of these alarms can be set up to the desired time. To cycle through the alarms, you use the lower button. So as you can see, the alarm 2, the alarm 3, the alarm 4, the alarm 5, and the hourly chime, which can also be turned on, and now the watch is going to beep every full hour, and you have this little SIG displayed here, and turned off for watch not to beep. Okay, going back to the alarm 1, like I said, it can be set up to any desired time. To do so, you just press and hold the adjust button. And as soon as the watch starts asking you for the hours, it has also automatically turned the alarm on. And it has turned it on as a one-time alarm. So now you can set up the hours by using these 2 buttons, just like when you were setting up the time. So you can go down, you can go up, and you can also speed scroll. So let's say we put 23. Pressing the mode button is going to ask us for the minutes. So again, we can change them up, we can change them down, and we can also speed scroll. Now pressing the mode button again is going to ask you whether you want a one-time alarm or a daily alarm. You toggle it with the lower button. So one time and daily. We select, let's say, a daily alarm, and pressing the adjust button is going to exit the adjusting screen. And now this watch is going to beep every day at 23:05, or the alarm is going to go off every day at 23:05. To turn it off, again, you can just press the adjust button. And you can do the same for each and every one of these alarms. The next function is the countdown timer function. Now the countdown timer can be started with the lower button, it can be stopped, and it can be reset with the adjust button. This is a 24-hour countdown timer, and once it reaches 0, it's gonna beep, or if you have the flash alert turned on, it's gonna beep and flash with the screen, which is something that we're gonna see right now. Now the timer can be set up for any desired time between 1 second and 24 hours, so it's settable down to the second. So to set up the alarm, you press and hold the countdown timer, you press and hold the adjust button. And now the watch is going to ask you for the hours, and you can go down, you can go up. When pressing the mode button is going to ask you for the minutes. Again, you can go up, you can go down, and pressing the mode button again is going to ask you for the seconds. So let's set up this countdown timer to 5 seconds. Now to complete the adjusting, you press the adjust button, And now pressing the lower button can start the countdown timer, and once it reaches 0, like I said, it's going to beep and flash. So let's do it. And that's it. You can stop it by pressing any of the buttons, or you can wait for 10 seconds until it completes. And that's pretty much it. Moving on, the last function is the stopwatch function. Now this watch has a regular 24-hour stopwatch with the precision of 1/100th of a second. It also has split times and first and second place. So to start the stopwatch, you press the lower button. To stop it, you again press the lower button, and to reset it, you press the adjust button. You can also do the split times, meaning that you can start it, and pressing the upper button is going to freeze the screen, so you can write down the data while the stopwatch keeps running in the background. To unfreeze the screen, you press the adjust button again. And you can do the first and second place, meaning if you have two runners, when the first one goes through the finish line, you press the upper button. When the second one goes through the finish line, you press the lower button, like so. Now you can write down the time of the first runner and then press the upper button for the watch to display the time of the second runner. Now, pressing this button again is going to reset the stopwatch. And that's pretty much it. Pressing the mode button again is going to take you back to the home screen. Well, this pretty much completes the whole tutorial, so I hope you enjoyed and found it helpful. If you did, please like and subscribe by pressing this button right here. And until the next video, bye.